Day Metcalfe Public School, and welcome to the MPS Daily News. Today is Wednesday, May 19th. Bonjour Metcalfe et bienvenue aux nouvelles MPS. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi, le 19 mai 2021. The news for today, les nouvelles pour aujourd'hui. Continuing with our work on belonging and relationship skills. I want you to ask yourself, what kind of personalities do you tend to connect with most readily? Why do you think this is so? We tend to gravitate towards those that are like us. Relationship skills is all about working with those that share a different mindset. How do you work with those individuals? Our shout out today goes to Mr. K, Mr. Kleinherrenbrink. Mr. K stepped into a role this year where he had to learn new things, take on more of an administrative role, and support teaching and learning, as well as supporting me in the office. A huge shout out to your efforts, Mr. K. It truly has been appreciated. Our today's CanCon edition, Irene Ayaka Uchida. She was born on April 8th, 1917, and died on July 30th, 2013. She was a Canadian scientist and Down syndrome researcher. Born in Vancouver, she initially studied literature at the University of British Columbia. As a child and teenager, she played violin and piano and was described as outgoing and social. She went to visit her mother and sister who were in Japan at the time and was able to catch a ship out of Japan prior to the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. In Canada, she and her family were sent to an internment camp in the Slocon Valley during World War II. In 1944, she continued her studies at the University of Toronto, where she wanted to get a master's degree in social work. Her professors encouraged her to pursue a career in genetics, and as a result, she completed a PhD in human genetics at the University of Toronto in 1951 and worked at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. At the Hospital for Sick Children, she studied twins and children with Down syndrome. In the 1960s, she helped identify the link between pregnant women who had undergone abdominal x-rays and chromosomal birth defects, such as Down syndrome, in their subsequent pregnancies. In 1960, she became director of medical genetics at the Children's Hospital in Winnipeg and became professor at the University of Manitoba, National Library of Canada, and National Archives in 1997. She moved to McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario in 1969, where she was a professor of pediatrics and pathology and director of the cytogenetics lab until she retired in 1985. In 1993, she was made Officer of the Order of Canada for her research on human chromosomal abnormalities, which has made a notable contribution to medical science. And that is Irene Ayaka Uchida. There are no birthday wishes today. Our quote for the day is not really a quote, but it is a method of looking at conflict resolution and the fact that we can have something called healthy conflict. And healthy conflict, involves trust, respect, openness, courage, thinking, preparation, collaboration, follow-up, and follow-through. That's our announcements for today.